Hey everybody, so as promised, I'm going to show you how to get the rust, or how I'm going to get the rust off of these tools that we got out of our rusty bucket last week. So what we're going to use is a bucket with water, some washing soda, a little 12-volt battery charger, and some stainless steel. So I put the stainless steel in the bucket, kind of trying to get I don't know, a pan. You can do this with a pan, but it'll burn holes in it, so it's better to just use a plastic bucket and then line it with some kind of metal. It doesn't have to be stainless, but stainless lasts longer. Whatever it is, it's going to be sacrificial. So we're going to use some copper wire to dangle one of our rusty inserts in here. We'll start with this one. We'll use the copper because it holds up a little better. Again, anything that's in this is more or less sacrificial. We're going to use this, like the electricity, to kind of corrode away the rust. We'll mix about a peanut butter jar half full. And for all you out there, this is a 1 pound 2 ounce peanut butter jar, so about half of that, maybe a little more. We'll use the amperage on the battery charger to kind of tell that the mix is right. Broomstick stirred up there. You can use other things, but I use washing soda because it's cheap and environmentally friendly and all that good stuff. So we want to suspend our part about middle of the bucket. So you figure your wooden support's going to be here. And you want to make sure your part doesn't touch any side. Kink the wire. Pull this around. Okay, just like that. So when you run this process, this is an electrolytic process, it's going to generate hydrogen and oxygen as the water breaks down. There will be foam on top, and that foam is flammable. And the immediate area around here is flammable. Not just flammable, explosive. If you ever played with an M80, it's like setting off an M80 in the top of a bucket. When you hook up the battery charger and unhook it, because it can spark right here, unplug it first. Always, or it'll blow up in your face. So, we're going to hook up the negative to the part, and we're going to hook up the positive to the plate. And then we're going to plug in our battery charger. This is a good old battery charger. It'll do up to 60 amps. I don't like to run it over 30 amps. It will start making the bucket hot. And if you guys want to come down and see this, you can see that our part in there is starting to foam and sizzle. We're running about 8 amps on the charger, and we'll see how that progresses here in a few minutes. But that's how we're gonna get the rust off of these parts. Alright folks, it's been about 3 or 4 hours we've had this in the bucket, and while it's been doing this, I've been working on a door. Now the first thing you'll notice, or might notice, is that it's steaming, and that's because this water's pretty warm. We're just at 10 amps now. I think it was 8-ish before. So it's putting energy into the water, and the water gets hot. So just know that the water's going to be hot. Now we're going to unplug the charger, disconnect our cable. We got our air gun ready, because we don't want it to blush rust when we pull it out. It'd be kind of counterproductive. You get it out, get the wire off of it. Now you'll want to rotate these as you go. compare with one of these guys. So now that I've got this out and dry, let me show you something. And I guess all y'all be out there, look, there's still rust on it. Well, see that rust on top there? I'll just take this paper towel. Gone. That electrolytic action breaks the bond of the oxide to the base metal, and it just takes a little bit of cleanup after that to get it just right off of there. See that? There we go. Paper towel action. Gone. So we'll get the rest of those tools in there, kind of clean these up as we go. And the cool thing about this is it doesn't really remove any material, so I've still got pretty decent taper with some negative spots in it compared to one before we go into the rust tank. See? Now, this is a bit of a directional process. When you put this in that tank, if you just have metal, or if you just have a piece of metal on the bottom and not on the sides, then it'll kind of pull all the rust from the bottom, but it won't do the top. So you want to have metal surrounding this as best as you can. But yeah, that's how to get rust off of a bunch of parts without having to do a whole lot of work. And then I'll spray these with WD-40 before I put them back away to protect them. Little oil for storage. Cool.